Hello and welcome to K&K Play D&D. This is the second episode of the new story arc, Keep Rock number 2. I'm the first K, the Keith, and Karen's asked me that I handle the intro alone with all of y'all today. Woohoo! Today's episode is brought to you by the number 1 rule of D&D. Don't split the party. Now, let's get those dice rolling. Previously on K&K Play D&D, this Frankie girl made a deal with the Builder Row, who then magically transported the party to Keep Rock. Frankie then took a nap. Those other three, Anna, Nowheres, and Runt, they went looking for the temple to see Jot. And then my partners and I captured Tara.
Nowheres, Anna, and Runt, you've just entered past the door, past the Dragonborn guarding it. Mm-hmm. You're in a hallway. It's a basic hallway, nothing outstanding. It just looks like any other hallway for this temple. Okay? It's maybe 20 feet, 15 feet long, mm-hmm. and it just looks like another chamber on the other side. You can't tell any features in there yet. Okay. The door is closed behind you, and the priest and guard are on the other side.
Okay.
You go forward?
I mean, they're...
Yeah.
Like, what other choice do we have?
Wow.
We stand right here. No, they move forward.
Okay. You go through the hallway, and as you come to the end, you step out of the hallway into that chamber. You're in a forest meadow.
Ah.
Runt is the very same meadow you've chased frogs in with Jot.
I remember that one. It looks really nice.
Yeah, there are butterflies flittering around in one corner. There's the sound of a creek somewhere. You feel, all three of you feel like you are in a forest right now.
Sounds lovely.
The hallway is still behind you. Mm-hmm. You can still see your way out of here. Mm-hmm. But you are now in this meadow. And Jot is there, lying on her stomach, in a bed made of wildflowers.
Aw, that sounds lovely.
And she looks up at the three of you, and a big smile spreads across her face. And she jumps for joy at seeing the three of you there.
On her stomach?
She jumps up to her feet.
Oh, okay.
She's like a kid does. They're laying on the... Next thing you know, they're on their feet. Her arms are wide, and she's exuberant. Though you can tell she's glancing around for the other two. But she's still excited for you three. Now, Runt, as you're excited to see her.
Yeah,
you want to see this friend of yours.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time since she's visited you.
She said she was busy and stuff and that she couldn't come in the dreams and stuff, but that's okay. I mean, I missed her, but I still had other dreams, and I was able to have dreams of, my patron and stuff, which was really nice. But I kind of missed Jot, because Jot is fun to play with, and she's really, she isn't as serious as the other people in the party, and I don't get to play with the people in the party. I don't really see Tara chasing frogs with me. That's, not really his thing. But it's really nice to see Jot, because chasing frogs is her thing, and she really, I hope that she liked the radish that I painted her. I mean, I don't know if she can see it from up here. Maybe she can. Maybe she was able to, enter my subconscious or something, which would be really cool.
Crazy.
But I don't know if she liked the radish, but I hope she liked the radish. But it's really nice to be here, because I've been here before, except that I don't think I was actually, here. I think it was kind of like my brain was here, which is weird to think about that. My brain being somewhere that my body isn't. But it's nice to be here, and it's really good to see her, and she looks really nice, and she looks like a kid, and it's fun.
Well, Runt, as you're enjoying seeing Jot, you notice in her chest, just below the sternum, there's this black square piercing through her.
Oh.
And as you're looking at it, there's an emerald green flash. Do you want to make a quick perception check on it?
I mean, sure. Sounds weird. 13.
Well, as you're looking at it, it almost looks like there's an eye suddenly there, looking at you through it.
She has an eye in the middle of her tummy.
It looks that way, but then the eye is gone, and it's still that black square piercing through her.
That doesn't look natural. That's not how she shows up in my dreams.
No, it's not.
I hope she's okay.
Well, she's charging at the three of you. She chooses you, Runt, and she knocks you over in a big, exuberant hug. Runt! Runt! Yeah, you're here.
It's good to see you.
Good to feel you.
It's good to have your face here in front of my face.
And it's good to have you here. I would invite you to go chasing frogs with me, but I really don't have frogs here. We can pretend to chase frogs, but I don't think your friends would want to chase frogs.
Yeah, probably not right now. Because I think we're here on business, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to keep rocking in the temple. And she smiles up at you, Anna, and at you, Nowheres.
I can only apologize that it took us so long to get here.
I understand. Ro told me about it, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's been a weird couple weeks. You gotta talk to your buddies. Like Taff and Tess and them.
The twins can be mean sometimes. Yeah, it wasn't nice what they did.
Jot, I don't like them.
Sometimes I don't like them either. They're younger than me, too.
Well, they're pretty rude.
Yeah, they are. But I'm glad you guys are here.
I am too. And I'm glad that we got to meet Ro. He seems interesting.
I like Ro. Ro is nice to me. I really like him. I enjoy him.
He's a piece of work, yep.
That's a fun way to describe him. Ro is a piece of work. Yeah.
John, why are we here?
Well, I originally wanted you guys to come so I can talk to you in person about what Ro told you about dreams not being safe and why you're here to help us and all that. But Ro told you all that in the jungle.
Right, but, Ro is not you. I would be interested in hearing your perspective.
You would?
If you keep it brief, yeah.
Okay. She hops off of Runt and she's standing there like an excited 7-year-old, bouncing on her heels, like trying to figure out the right words. They're stumbling over her. My friends are in danger and my home is being hurt and can you help us?
See, if somebody had come to us first and just said that, this whole ordeal would have been a lot nicer to deal with. Yeah, it would have felt like there was a point to it.
There is a point. You get to help us.
Right, but nobody explained that at the beginning. They only explained it after we'd been through things that hurt us, and we didn't like that part. But
I
that's
don't
okay.
want to hurt you.
No, we know that you don't intend to hurt us, but
no.
I feel like it's sort of happened anyway.
I do know that the others wanted to test you guys to see if you were worthy. Would be kind of mean to say, but good. You could really grow and blossom and really help us.
And have we passed those tests?
I think you have, but my tests wouldn't have been like what they've done, especially not what the twins did to Frankie.
What sort of test would you have given us?
Frog catching or painting. Runt, you draw a really yummy looking radish.
I know, right? The color of it just made me want to take a bite.
Me
of
too.
The canvas.
I just want to hum. And I didn't, but I really wanted to because it was so real and so awesome.
Well, you'd be within your rights too, because apparently you guys are gods here. So if you ate the sacrifice, I guess that would be appropriate.
But then other people wouldn't be able to enjoy it.
But then they'll just feel hungry.
Well, me can have someone cook them food.
Jot, why are we here?
Oh, right. You're Anna, right? Yeah, you're Anna.
Yes, you've met the others. You met Frankie, so I'm not her.
No, you're nicer.
Frankie's nice.
Frankie is nice, but she tries to keep everyone at arm's length so she doesn't get hurt. And
Obviously, it's working well for her.
but Anna, Ro contacted one of my avatars and asked them to do something, and they came by this morning, and I have a gift for you.
For me,
Yeah,
I'm.
it's on the table behind you.
There's a table.
Yes, there is a table now. In the middle of the meadow, well, not quite middle, but behind you. And there is a small wooden box on the top.
Huh. Okay.
And as you open it, it opens very easily. There's no latch, just simple wooden hinge. And there is a set of earrings inside there. Uh-huh. Yeah. These are for you. I think my avatar, Kuan, named them the Firine rings.
How does one spell that?
F-I-R-I-N-N-E.
For Rene.
Yeah.
And what are they for?
Oh, they're really cool. I would never have thought of doing this myself, but apparently 3 times per day you can cast this really nifty spell that makes people tell the truth when they're near you. Though each one lasts for, I think, 10 minutes.
Oh, hold up. Isn't that what Frankie asked that dude for? If by that dude you mean Ro, yes. That's what she just said.
Yeah. And the charges recharge. Oh, come on, what did Kuan say? At first light every morning.
Nice. Well, thank you very much.
I think they will look great.
You'll have to decide whether to put them above or below the earrings that Frankie gave you.
I'll let you choose that.
I think I'll need to experiment, won't I?
They'll look great in either place you wear them.
So is that the reason you brought us here, to tell us that Sila was missing and to give Anna her new truthy earrings?
Well, she suddenly goes somber and looks at Nowheres. Nowheres.
Hi.
She reaches into her mud-stained dress into the pocket and pulls her hand out, and there's this marble, this blue and green and a little bit of red marble, and holds it in her hand out to you. Nowheres, please don't do anything stupid.
I beg your pardon?
Don't do anything stupid. I need you. Runt needs you. Last Breath needs you.
Do me a quick favor here and define stupid.
Something that may not be good.
Nowheres is a very good person.
Yeah, he is, but he can do stupid things too.
Do you mean reckless? Or do you mean misinformed or ill-advised? Or do you mean...
Ill-advised is a good phrase. Reckless is a good one. I can't say anything more. And this marble here is a memory for you, if you want to remember it.
How can I possibly know if I want to remember it if I don't know what it is? What is it?
It's a time with Last Breath and someone else.
Who's the someone else?
I can't see it.
Why did you have this?
I found it here the day that Silo went missing.
And you've just been holding on to it?
Yeah. I've been trying to figure it out, but I can't. So that means it's touched by one of the other creators here.
By one of the other builders, you mean?
Yes.
Now hold up, I have never encountered any of the builders before coming here to Patchwork. They don't exist in our world.
That's where you're wrong. We all came from other worlds to Patchwork.
Be that as it may, we don't worship you. We've never heard of you.
I know. And she smiles.
Well, and my patron, I don't think would like it if I talked to other god types.
Your patron is interesting.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Very protective. of
Very
you.
strong. Writes me love letters.
Yeah.
And gives me gifts.
Roll perception again, Runt. Or insight.
I mean, it doesn't super matter which one because it's only a 5.
Okay. Well, the other two notice the square in Jot's chest. There is definitely something looking out from within there.
Yeah. And you know what? I think I like my patron better than most of you guys. I mean, like, you guys are easier to have a conversation with, but I think that's part of the problem. Like, I forget that you're divinity, you know what I mean? And I've never forgotten that my patron is powerful.
But that's, when I was a god of another world, that's kind of how it was there. We separated ourselves from mortals so far that people kind of were scared of us and kept a distance and it wasn't as fun.
Yeah, but my patron is scary and stuff, but he's not distant.
For you, no. For
Yeah.
you, no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking we will set that group there for now.
Oh, they're just stopping in the middle of the conversation?
Yeah, their conversation will continue on.
Are they going to learn anything else important about the situation with Silo?
Not just yet.
Okay.
If they do, it will come up in later points.
Okay.
Nowheres if you want to... I'd never explained the marble.
You said it was...
I said it
memory.
was a memory, but how to access the memory.
Okay, come back to that.
Okay, yeah. We are going to switch to Frankie.
Mm-hmm. I gotta tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm not a very happy woman right now.
Why is that?
Because I am entirely trusting this woman whose face I haven't even seen,
Mm-hmm.
running through a forest
Mm-hmm.
that I can hardly see my way through. None of the other party members know where I am,
Mm-hmm.
and Tara is in danger.
And you don't know how much this woman is going to charge you.
Oh, we didn't draw up a contract. Honey, she is not getting paid.
So you are in the forest, and you're traveling as stealthily as you can, at speeds. You're going very fast, and this woman in the cloak is going even faster than you, and you can tell that she can go faster still, but she's holding herself back for you.
Oh, she's probably a ranger of some kind, probably used to this sort of terrain. I'm not built for the forest, in case you forgot. I'm built for urban environments.
Oh, I know. The moon has risen. It's high and bright, with a very few clouds obscuring its light. Every now and again, the tracker will suddenly stop and put her hand out, calling those magics forth. And they're brighter than they were in the city now.
Does the tracker seem like she's having an easier time picking them out now? Like, in the city, it was starting to look like it was fatiguing her a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like it's easier out here?
It's easier out here. She's not as fatigued.
She's definitely a ranger, and this is her preferred terrain. I mean, like, I get it.
Yep. Glowing foot tracks will rise from the ground and pointing the direction that you should go. And then off. She's following them. Not much conversation.
Well, when you're tracking somebody and you're not sure how far ahead you are, conversation isn't the first thing that pops into your head.
Yep, that's true. After a ways through the forest, you come into a hollow by a big oak tree. Its roots has pushed all the other forest growth away in this circle, and the ground is knotted, and it's hard terrain to go through, but it's actually very beautiful in a sense. And the oak is big and old, and it just radiates with vitality.
I would probably be more apt to admire it if I wasn't trying to chase down some people who kidnapped my friend. Just to keep us on point here, it's a beautiful tree,
Yep.
but it's a tree. It's not Tara.
From the upper branches, there's an owl hooting, and a wind starts blowing through. The tracker stops. She's standing poised on one of the roots. We should rest here for a bit.
Oh, sure.
We're getting close, but we should rest.
How much further do you reckon?
A couple miles.
How many of them are there?
There's your friend and 3 others.
Is he moving under his own power now, or is he still being dragged?
For the most part, he is being dragged.
See, that's what I don't like to hear.
You should rest. I'll take first watch.
It's not like I'll sleep, you know.
Get some rest. You won't be any good to him if you're completely exhausted.
You'd be surprised what adrenaline can drum up in a moment of crisis. Besides, I've been trained to stay up all night.
Haven't we all?
No, not everyone. But if you insist,
I do.
fine.
And that's it for Frankie's part for now.
Oh, poor Frankie.
So, nowhere's Anna and Runt. You're about to leave Jot.
Okay.
It's well into evening now. She's given you tea. She and Runt have played a bit in the meadow while you and Anna kind of just sat and watched.
Okay.
She has explained pretty much what Ro told you earlier, that Patchwork is in danger by a dragon wanting to usurp the builders. Silo is already missing, even before the builders put their plan in place of bringing these champions to fight for their cause. And this dragon is contacting creatures from other planes to give it power so we can take over these divine positions, and in essence giving Patchwork over to beings of these other planes. Jot also whispers to you, Knowers, that if you want to see this memory, just put the marble in your mouth and suck on it.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but
Like a hard candy.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys have any last questions for Jot?
OOC. You remember that there is a record keeper for Jot?
Bigsby.
Yeah. Does he have any information that would actually be relevant to the party about, where they're from or where they're going or where the temple might be for Silo, or does he have any of that information or nah?
He is pretty much a lore keeper for Jot. And he's come to Keep Rock to learn more of Jot's stories, things that she has done in Patchwork, and take them back to Deska and actually start an order there.
So he's important to the world, but not to my characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Jot,
Yeah?
you live here.
In the temple?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't leave this room.
Why is that?
She glances over at Runt. Okay, you know how each of us who are left chose one of you to come for us? So, for most of you, it was pretty easy for us to bring you here. Sai would go to where you are, or were, and brought you here. But Runt is a little bit different. Runt and his powers and his patron makes things a little bit more complicated. And so I went and visited his patron. I saw his patron. We sat down and had some tea.
I love having tea.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. We were in a forest, and I made a table and a chair for myself, and I floated in the air in front of your patron's head.
That sounds about right. He's pretty big.
Yeah, your patron,
Doesn't drink tea like normal people drink tea.
your patron isn't like normal people.
That's also very, very true. Also, yes.
Your patron is almost on par with divine beings, but isn't a divine being and doesn't really understand things below him.
Well, his brain is kind of occupied with a lot of magic and life.
That's a good way to put it.
There's not much room for anything else. He's not gonna waste his time.
Anna and Knowers, you know Jot is holding things back from Runt about his patron. You can see this in her, but she's not going to say it because Runt is so innocent.
Well, and so enamored of his patron.
Yeah. And so to have Runt come here, I had to make a pathway for his patron to reach out to him.
Oh, because he wouldn't be able to access his magic without his patron.
Mostly, yeah.
Right.
He can't have the depth of the magic offered by his bond and pact with his patron. And so that's why I'm here. I am being a conduit. I willingly, temporarily have made myself a conduit.
A conduit of...
A bridge between where Run's patron lives and Patchwork.
Why couldn't you just have brought his patron?
That would upset the balance more than having an angry, egotistical dragon.
He's way more powerful than a dragon.
Yes. And he really doesn't understand mortals.
I'm really curious what he sees in you, buddy.
Yeah, I've kind of decided just to not worry about it. Yeah, just kind of accept the gift, you know?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Runt.
Runt has no idea he's in an abusive relationship. This poor baby.
No, he doesn't. And that's one of the things about his type of patron. Like, before choosing what type of pact Runt had, I was doing research on this type and reading the lore of what type this creature.
Yeah.
And a lot of what I was seeing was they really have no clue about mortals. And they'll take mortals on as a whim. And not as soon as the fancy has gone, they'll get rid of them. It's just like,
They're a way to throw away a couple centuries.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mortals are, what are you? What
Yeah.
is that creature?
I feel like
Huh.
there is affection though from his patron.
More like a toy.
Like and the jealousy surrounding him is more like a kid being jealous than like a lover or a friend being jealous.
Yeah, Runt is a possession.
Right.
And that is what this type of patron does.
Gotcha. I don't think Runt minds. Like, that's the thing about him. Because what little we know of him before he became a warlock His life wasn't a good one, and he didn't have companions.
Mm-mm.
His relationship is troubling to me. His relationship with his patron is troubling to me. But I honestly don't think that it occurs to him to mind.
No, because his patron took him out of one abusive thing.
Oh,
brought
yeah,
him-
what he perceives as worse. Yeah, I don't think he perceives this as abusive because
No.
he's never been physically unsafe.
Yeah.
I don't think he understands emotional abuse.
What really, out of the stuff I was reading, what really hit was that these people who make these pacts with these type of beings, like, they feel the call to go to their home or whatever, and they don't want to, but they want to. Like, there's pain and suffering, but there's joy and euphoria all at once.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this ends up playing out for Runt.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So, Nowheres, here's an opportunity where you can try to relive the memory, or you can save that for another time.
I feel like if it's something that that she recognizes, that Jot recognizes is a memory, but hasn't been able to access, and it involves another builder, I sort of reckon that that's something I should approach in private.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Then, while you, Karin, mark down that you have the memory marble,
Okay,
just so we remember.
just so we don't forget.
Yeah. Because that's a really great memory
Yeah.
I have for him.
Okay.
All right. So you guys leave the temple. You leave Jot. She bids you farewell and good luck.
Okay.
You go back through the temple. That same priest leads you back to the entrance.
The drow. You
The
mean?
drow priest, yeah.
Okay.
And you go out into the streets. It is past evening now.
Yeah, it's dark.
It's
right?
dark.
Yeah.
You're heading back to the Dancing Goliath. As I said, evening now.
I
Lanterns.
can't wait to have food and to see what they've got in the menu. And I think it'll be really nice to be able to just sit down, the five of us, and have a meal at like a table instead of like around a campfire.
Yep.
And maybe we'll be able to get something nice to drink, and we'll be able to just hang out and be friends. And we don't have to worry about anything tonight because it's not like there's going to be like kobolds or like orcs or something popping out of the door.
Yep.
And it'll be really nice. I think
So
it
you're
should be
walking
nice.
along the streets. Lanterns are being lit on the main roads. You pass a couple taverns and pubs and the like. Light is spilling out. Noise and songs and smells are spilling onto the streets. You see people in them. Your work is over. They're hanging out, music and whatnot.
Sounds-
do.
Idyllic. It sounds lovely.
And as you near the river bisecting the city, you're about to cross it. Several figures dart into an alleyway, crossing the street, going into an alleyway. Nowheres. There's a half orc among them. He's wearing a hooded cloak.
How can I tell that it's a half orc?
Well, by his stature and all that.
Okay.
You can tell he has some heavy armor under there.
Okay.
And as he passes into the alleyway, hanging from his neck, you see a tiefling's horn. And he's gone down into the alleyway. The other two didn't notice.
Oh no. Oh no, that means I have to make a decision. How certain am I that that's Jolk?
How many half-orcs do you know that would be wearing a tiefling's horn around their neck?
To be fair, it's dark. How certain am I that it's Joel?
You have dark vision.
So you're saying I'm 100% certain it's Joel?
Oh, dang it.
He had a chain wrapped around one arm, the hilt of a long sword. That
Has he replaced the shield?
smirk. You couldn't tell from that quick glance, but he might have replaced the shield. Nowheres, I want you to make a quick insight check.
17 plus 1 is 18.
That's him.
His voice in your head.
In my head?
That's him.
Who's talking to me?
I am.
Who are you?
I'm Skaith.
Oh, hey. I didn't know you could talk. You're a shield.
You're observant.
You've been relatively quiet up till now.
I haven't had the need to talk, tiefling.
Right. Okay. What do you suggest?
You're in charge.
Am I
But
the...
that's him.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, okay. I could tell the others and run after him? Drag them all along? Because the minute that Anna knows, she's gonna go after him too, right? Like, safety in numbers. But there's a greater chance of being able to, because he doesn't know that the other two are gone, there's a greater chance of being able to actually take him down. Or if the party is complete, if it is all 5 of them. And if he's in town, like, they're gonna be able to find him. He's a half-orc with a thing around his neck. Like, he's probably really well known in certain circles. Frankie could probably find out which circles those are. So in the moment, is Nowhere's rational enough to wait? Or does it get the best of him? I would like to roll to make a decision,
Yeah,
because I don't think I can make this decision on my own. Is that okay with you?
that's fine.
Evens, he stays with the party, and odds, he goes off himself.
Okay.
Evens.
Okay.
Okay, so he stays with the party. Evens, he tells them. Odds, he does not. Odds.
Oh.
Okay. So he stays with the party, but he decides not to tell them just yet. Probably because he's distracted by the talking shield.
You're not going to tell them?
What would I say? There are only 3 of us. Last time we saw this guy, one of our party died. I can't put them at risk like that.
Fine.
Can you always tell when he's around?
No, I saw him.
You have eyes?
I can see, but I don't have eyes.
So if I just wear you on my back all the time, you could, like, scope things out, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to use me.
Right, well, I don't walk around the city with my shield strapped to my arm.
I feel like he's thinking about that, mulling it over.
I guess you're right.
Nowhere's buddy, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no. Yeah, everything's fine. Are you upset about our meeting with Jock? I mean, no, I mean, like, there wasn't anything particularly upsetting that she said. Are you anxious to find out about the memory? Yeah, I just wanted to get somewhere alone. Maybe take out the memory, take a look at it. Well, we can hurry back and give you some privacy. That would be helpful to you. Yeah, thanks. No, that'd be great.
Good job, Nowheres. Nice recovery. So you guys return to the Dancing Goliath. It's like all the other pubs and taverns and inns, the lights spilling out from the door and the windows. It is a packed house.
Are there still guards around? Oh, excuse me, I'm getting ahead, aren't I?
Voices and music fill the streets. And in front of it, there are several city guards standing by the front doors. They eye you three as you enter.
What, there are bouncers here now?
People of all kind fill that common room. It is packed. Nearly all the tables are taken. It's ruckus and boisterous and full of life.
Okay.
Servers are trying to make their way through the throng, trays held high with goblets and mugs and platters of food. The smells mixed between people and the roasting meats and vegetables just like slam into you guys. It's both great and but mostly great because it's life, it's a party, it's
vibrant.
yeah.
Yeah.
In the far corner, there's a tiefling bard, and they're playing a lute and singing in this high tenor a song, and the tables nearest are joining in the chorus loud and very enthusiastically. Mugs and goblets are being held and
Sounds like my kind of party. Woohoo!
And from the stairs that lead up to the sleeping rooms, a guardsman is coming down, a frown etched onto his face. You can see it from across the room. He's
Not a happy boy.
exactly not happy.
Okay.
He makes his way to the bar.
Okay.
And as you three make your way through the room, there's really no space for you. You kind of want to meet up with your party again before coming back down. 'Cause
Yeah.
quick glance, you don't see Tara or Frankie in there. I mean,
Well, it doesn't seem like Tara's sort of seen.
Yes.
And hopefully Frankie is still resting.
yes. I mean, you do see a couple Dragonborn. You do see half-elves and full elves and dwarves and tieflings. Like, the mix of life in this room, but you don't see yours.
Right.
So you're going through, and the barkeep notices you and points you out to the guards. Who? The one who just came down the stairs.
Oh no, what did Frankie do now?
He nods, rests his hand on the hilt of his sword, and makes his way over to you three.
I don't like that his hand is on his weapon. I follow suit.
I don't remember his voice, so I'll come up with something new, hopefully.
Come on, DM, get your stuff together.
Thanks, yeah. Good evening, sirs, ma'am.
Evening.
May I have a moment of your time?
Do we have a choice?
Honestly, it's up to you, but I hope you do.
Then sure. How may we help you?
The three of you, you travel with a half-elf woman with really dark hair and a bronze dragonborn man, yes?
What have they done?
They...
Anything that they have damaged, we will pay for. Anything that has been...
It's not like that, ma'am. Not like that. This is hard to say. This afternoon, your dragonborn friend was taken.
I beg your pardon?
We're not sure by who yet, but he was in a scrap and then he was taken, and now it seems your elven friend is now missing.
Missing?
Yes, I'd come by earlier after we got word that something happened to your dragonborn friend. We're investigating it, and I was told that there was more to the group, so I went upstairs to see. She answered the door, and I gave her my report, and I came back to speak with her again this evening, and she's missing now.
And no one has seen her?
No.
Well, you better lock the banks.
Why is that, sir?
She's very good at picking locks. No, you don't need locks then. You need lots of guards.
Right.
He's joking. If anything, she would be hitting up the temples. I'm not particularly concerned for her well-being.
All right.
What happened?
I'll let you know what I know. It was a trio that took your dragonborn friend from this very common room this afternoon. According to the witnesses, your friend was at the bar, and he was talking with another dragonborn man. I believe he was Silver, and they were talking, and then a half-elf man came up behind them, spoke a bit more. Then a tussle broke out between them, the three of them, and somehow they overpowered your friend, knocked him out, and with the help of a human woman, they left and took him with them. We've been scouring the city for any signs of them, but it's a large city. We're a fair-sized city here, lots of hiding places. We're looking for them. We'll have them soon.
Frankie would have left a note if she was going anywhere. Can we check upstairs before we start panicking?
Do you believe there's a connection between her missing and your friend?
Oh yeah,
being
no,
taken?
she's probably going to kill them. Whoever did it.
He's joking. She wouldn't. Not without talking to the members of the law.
Right. Ma'am, sirs, we will find your friend. Please, you don't need to get involved. We will take care of this matter.
Then please allow us to see if our friend left a note which may help shed some light on at least her disappearance.
All right. I'll leave an officer outside. And if she didn't, please let him know.
Thank you.
I wish I had better news for you. But, good night, and I'll be reporting back to you guys in the morning if we have anything else.
We appreciate your conscientiousness.
He bows and makes his way to the door and leaves. You can tell through the door that he orders one of the guards out there to stay. And as soon as he's gone, the barkeep quietly makes his way over to you guys, and he's wringing his hands. For what it's worth, I think I may know where your friend has gone. I didn't want to tell him, but,
Say what you know.
well, after, she found out your friend was missing, she came down here and was asking me if I knew where a guild was.
See, I told you.
I think she's gone looking for info or someone to help find him. She seemed pretty determined.
It's probably better for us to just stay out of her way at this point.
Runt, she could kill half the city.
Well, she could, but she's probably not going to.
Probably being the operative word.
I thought you should know. And if you do anything, try to make sure the guard doesn't notice.
Understood. Thank you. I deeply appreciate it.
I'll have some ale sent up to your room.
Oh, that's very generous. Thank you.
He moves back to the bar, retaking the air of the barkeep's a man of authority here, and starts working what he does.
I'm going to go look through a room.
So you guys go upstairs, and there is a note from Frankie.
Yeah. So Anna and Runt look at it and read it and conjecture and read it again and conjecture and read it again and wonder if they could probably find the place and recognize that they probably could, but Anna would have to be in disguise because they probably wouldn't let her in. But they could figure out how to ask the right questions and they could find their way.
What's Nowhere's doing?
Hey guys. Yes, what is it? I didn't really want to say anything earlier, but I have a theory. A theory? Yeah, so this isn't the first time we've run into abduction.
What do you mean?
I'm saying that slave ring, we don't know how big it was. Nowhere, speak plainly. What do you suspect? Well, it's not that I suspect anything, it's that I saw Joel earlier tonight.
You saw Jolk?
Yeah.
And you didn't say anything?
Well, because I knew you'd get like this. No, I didn't say anything.
I can't believe you. Why would you not tell us something so important?
Well, because I knew you would get upset and you'd try to run after him, and we're in the middle of a city. And now is not the time.
Oh, so suddenly you get to decide that it's not the time.
The time, Anna. We all know that. We've all been told that. That's how we ended up in this mess. That's how we lost Deanna.
All the more reason, then, that if he's here, we should go
No,
after
all the
him.
more reason that if he's here, we should try to protect other people and try to avoid him.
But that's what I'm saying, is I'm thinking that maybe Tara didn't avoid him. If you catch my drift. He does stand out in the crowd, you know what I mean? If you're looking for him.
How would they have known where to find him? Joel couldn't possibly know that we're here. We just arrived.
Maybe his information network is as good as ours.
You think he's working for the builders?
No, I think he's working for somebody potentially as powerful.
And you think he has Tara?
I think it's possible.
Very nice conversation. Shall we leave them there?
Yeah, I think so. Let's leave them unresolved.
Very nice. All right, Frankie. You wake just before dawn. The tracker never woke you for a watch.
How are you feeling over there?
She's sitting on an exposed brute, her back to you, hood still up, cloak pulled tightly around her. And as you speak, she straightens and makes a stand. Are you ready, miss?
You let me sleep for too long.
You needed the rest.
Who are you to decide? My friend's in trouble.
We reached him today.
Every minute that we wait is a minute that he could be hurt.
They would not have been moving at night.
Why not?
This part of the forest will be too dense for them.
I hope you're right. You'd better be right.
I am.
I admire your confidence.
Besides, you seem to have needed the rest.
I slept plenty yesterday afternoon.
Are you ready?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to say. Let's just go.
She stands up, fully. The trail isn't far off. And she leads you back into the forest. You travel not too far away. If you glance back as you're leaving the oak, you can't see the oak. It's as you see the forest. You don't see the hollow anymore.
Interesting.
As you come to the trail, the tracker stops. Suddenly, she crouches down and quietly points through the growth. There are a pair of orcs crouched down, poking at the trail.
A pair of orcs? Why is there a pair of orcs?
Frankie, do you want to do a quick perception?
I mean, I guess so. 17.
Natural 17?
No.
Okay. These are not your ordinary brute orcs. They seem more like trackers. They're following something.
Okay.
And you notice on the shoulders of their armor a symbol, a patch sewn on. A skull with jutting tusks from the lower jaw.
I have seen that before.
Where?
At the keep where we found the villagers who'd been taken by the slave ring.
And you hear a curse whispered from the person next to you.
You weren't expecting friends?
They are no friends of mine.
Then we have something in common.
She draws her bow.
Good idea.
So she's drawn her short bow and lets an arrow fly. A 14 plus 6. And the arrow hits one of the orcs. There are two orcs, one with an axe, one with a bow, and she hits the one with the axe. That's a d4. Killing it instantly.
Dang, girl.
The body falls to the ground, and the other one spins around, seeing its companion now dead, with an arrow jutting through the middle of its head.
Dang, girl.
Frankie, you can shoot, or you can let the tracker shoot again, as she's drawing.
I mean, I can't let her get all the glory.
That's a 14 plus 5.
You hit, and you can use Assassinate if you want, because the creature hasn't taken a combat turn.
But
So-
if I use sneak attack, I can add an extra 2d6 of damage.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I think I would like to do that.
go for it.
5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3.
And your shot is an exact copy of the tracker's, felling that orc with one arrow through the head.
But that's satisfying.
It is. It is. Tracker quietly slips out onto the trail, bow still in hand, glancing down the road both ways, checking to see if there are more orcs. There are not.
Okay.
Then she kneels down and does her magic thing on the trail. And you see the same footsteps that you've been following. And then she subtly shifts her hand, and there's another set. And then another set. So there are 3 parties on this trail.
Is Tar still being dragged?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the trail that they made last night.
Yeah. Well, I know that. Frankie doesn't.
She leads you, she jumps off of the trail, going back into the forest, and leads you along the trail.
Okay.
And maybe a half hour later, you reach a small encampment just off of the trail.
Okay.
And there's still stuff there, as if whoever was using it will come back at some point.
Do I recognize anything?
You recognize Taror's footprints. You know his footprints. You've been
Yes.
traveling with him long enough.
They're pretty distinctive, yes.
So you notice this is where they had Tara.
But he seems to be moving under his own power now.
Now he is. The footprints leading away from this encampment. He's under his own power.
Does it look like he is hobbled or like he's like connected to one of the others? Is he stumbling at all?
No, his footprints are strong and actually in the lead.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
He's making these tracks on purpose.
And your companion is going very systematically through the encampment, checking everything, learning what they can of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching them?
I think I'm more inclined to see if I can find anything of Tara's. Pretty sure he didn't leave with any of his gear besides what he was wearing. So, just checking to see if there's any blood that I can identify as his or anything like that.
From what you can tell in the encampment, he was treated fairly well. He
I
was
mean-
fed, he was watered when he woke up.
Right, treated well after having been drugged or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fed him, they watered him. They didn't bind him, as far as you can tell.
So the question is he under their control or not?
You can't tell.
Like mentally. And I won't know that till I see him. I just wait. Although I'm getting impatient and I know that my body language communicates that, so I don't feel the need to say anything.
And when the tracker finishes going through the entire encampment, she leads you out.
And there you have it. Another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books. That was the second installment of the Keep Rock arc, and Karin split her party 3 ways. Oofda. Though, to be fair, she had help, I admit, but it makes things interesting. At least she didn't do it 4 ways, with nowheres going after Joel. That would have been bad. Also, Karin did guess right at who this mysterious tracker with Frankie is. If y'all have any inkling at who might be under that cloak, shoot us a message on Facebook or Twitter at K&K Play D&D. Hit share, hit like, tell your friends about us. We'd love for them to join us over here. And finally, this is the first K, the Keith, signing off. Thanks for listening and be well.